Guess who they're playing? The team I really wanted to cast over for the first time, SPLYCE.
You never casted SPLYCE before?
Actually, I have.
Okay.
Correct that. Invitational did.
Yep. So
Invitational.
Second cast for SPLYCE from my man Toby here, and that's a team and a lot of storylines around. You know, of course, dropping involving big decision by those guys to replace who they felt was someone that was underperforming. They picked up Adverse. Adverse is someone that is a dominating player online, a very strong slayer for his team. His team was first. Ironically enough, that team named first was always the second place team right behind SPLYCE in the Latin American scene. They pick him up. They're expecting him to be versatile. They think that adds more of a secondary weapon play for their team. He's great with bolt talk. He's great with a few different weapons. It also adds someone who can slay and take the load off of Desinide and Identives. However, hasn't worked very well for them so far here. They've lost a few close ones. Of course, eUnited, who's slowly becoming their rival. They're 0-4 against eUnited. They won the first map, lost the second and third against eUnited. Now they're in losers bracket trying to bounce back.
Yeah, SPLYCE aren't having the best of events, are they, John? It's not nice to see. I think they underperformed in the Open as well. Had a very good invitational, of course, debut in front of fans around the world. Yep. But let's slow it down a little bit. I think eUnited are playing extremely well, as they've just demonstrated against Allegiance there. And their group was the group of death.
Oh, without a doubt.
Group D for death.
Yeah, Group D for death. You already know what it stands for. eUnited, Allegiance, great matchup we just saw on main stage. Came to game number 3. eUnited got the best of them, and Toby talked about it last night. Top 2 potential finish from eUnited. It's looking good right now. They're guaranteed top 3. They've really been rolling. You know, when I've had a chance to first watch them play against this team, SPLYCE, you can see it. You can see how well they are really bonding, how well they're firing on all 5 cylinders. When they're all playing well, question for them is consistency.
Yeah, I think same with ENVYUS as well, really. Both of these teams, when they seem to be losing in a big way, their heads really sink down to the desk. I think it's going to be a lot about momentum. I was saying this to Ben earlier, actually, in terms of the grand final. ENVYUS on a really good high in that first one. Toy Soldier really leading the way, but the second time, Toy was not on the kill feed much at all. Heads were deflated. The comms, when we went for listenings, was a lot quieter, like half the comms that you usually see from ENVYUS. And I think it was the same with SPLYCE in this event when I've spectated from the crowd, John.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. ENVYUS, in my opinion, a team that really favors the main stage versus the open bracket. I think they're an emotional team. You can't deny that they are very professional, very well put together, but an emotional team. They play with their hearts in their sleeves, and when they're down, you can see that emotion kind of start to play out in their gameplay. When they're up, you see the hype, you see the enthusiasm. Main stage allows them to kind of focus in on themselves, and I really think that's the key for Team ENVYUS. Be focused, do what works best for you.
Yeah, you're right. I think ENVYUS are one of the quieter teams, right, on main stage. Really quiet.
In terms of back and forth trash talk.
Yeah.
Internally, they're talking a lot.
Heads are just focused. I'm not sure if that's the influence from professional franchise, or whether it's just the general team mentality where each individual is like, okay, let's slow it down. We're not going to get into psychological games. We're just going to focus on our game until the very end. At which point ENVYUS have not erupted, but definitely spoke out for themselves.
I'm sure a lot of people would agree with this who had a chance to catch that Envy versus Allegiance match, but Kraz, that guy single-handedly, in my opinion, was in the heads of Team ENVYUS, and he's planting seeds left and right. He's like Johnny Appleseeds over there. He's telling Praise, look, you might have been the MVP in UE, but you're nothing in Gears 4. That's a seed in Praise's head. Of course, Praise is a monster. He came back and bounced back with a great map number 2. He's also trying to, turn them against Franchise. Franchise is old. He can't keep up. I mean, any possible vulnerability that Envy has, Kraz was trying so hard to exploit. And I know you think, Team ENVYUS, of course, a team of veterans, are not going to let it get to them. If you look at their gameplay, you would never, 9 out of 10 times in a match on main stage, Envy would be Allegiance. You would never really expect them to lose to Allegiance. Obviously a great team. You have to give it to them. They outplayed. But the mental game definitely came into a major, major factor for Team ENVYUS.
I think up until today, there's not been many upsets. It's all been cut and dry. I think players and fans have just walked into the arena today and thought, okay, whoa, something's happening here. Something's in the air.
And people came into the weekend the opposite. And the Optic Finals again, we've seen it. Let's count it down real quick. Season 1 finals of Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Season 2 finals of Gears of War Ultimate Edition. We saw it in the Invitational finals. We saw it in the MLG Columbus finals. People thought for a 5th time here in 1 year, we'd see E-Clasico, Team ENVYUS versus Optic Gaming in the finals. However, Optic came back from the losers bracket at MLG Columbus. Can they do it again here? We will see. Let's kick it down to my man Farouk on the main stage for team intros.
We are live here on the main stage for the London Open of the Gears of War pro circuit. And we got our first team coming out. They are resilient and on a mission, clawing their way back to the top. It's ENVYUS! Franchise breathes and bleeds the game. Ribs, the man with the plan. Toy Soldier, one of the most skilled players in the game. Solars, nothing to lose, everything to gain. And Praised, one of the best to ever do it. And coming out, the second team from Latin America, here to put their name on this event. It's SPLYCE! Choche, leader of the team and shot caller. Rocha, the support man on the team. Adverse, the new addition. Desanide, he's the top-ranked 1v1 player in Mexico. And Identives, playing since he was 12 and is known for his movement all over Latin America. All right, gentlemen. I need somebody to give it up here, interview. Who's going to talk to me over here? Let's go. I know you guys are clawing your way back here, trying to make your way back to the top. I'm going to start over here with the ENVYUS squad and franchise. You guys went down early, knocked down to the losers bracket. How's your focus right now?
I mean, we're just trying to get back on track. Started off flat today, so we're just trying to catch some fire today after this match.
Well, we got a SPLYCE team over here from Latin America. These guys, they've been clawing their way. They had a pretty decent outcome in Columbus. What do you guys think about this team? Where are their weaknesses?
I feel like they lack some sort of composure and some teamwork. So they're all good slayers. So we got to kind of contain them. Use our teamwork. Where I feel like we're a better team-oriented team.
Well, they're saying you guys don't have any teamwork over here. So what are you guys going to say about that?
I just want to say something like, this is not Ultimate Edition, so it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing, this match.
So what I'm hearing you saying is that they probably own Ultimate Edition, but this is not that game. It's a new game, and you guys are here ready to rock.
They are good here, honestly. But we think that this is our game.
All right, so they're saying this is their game. ENVYUS, SPLYCE, lock it up.
And there you have it. Franchise, who's normally pretty professional, showing a little bit of weakness in the SPLYCE squad there. You mentioned that they lack composure. Would you agree with that sentiment, Toby?
I think it was a fairly good analysis from Fran. I would agree. Teamwork, I think ENVYUS do trump. But I certainly 110% agree that they need to contain the SPLYCE squad. We mentioned the swap of adverts. He's referred to as a mini Identives. And Identives, of course, he's by many people has been said a top 5 player, maybe a top 3 player at times, I've heard, John, on the grapevine. Would you agree with that statement, first of all?
It's he's good individually. I think he gets a lot of respect from other players, gets a lot of respect from the community. He's great, but until you're consistently placing top 3, of course, you look at this, it's an individual award, top player in the game. But if you're not on the main stage, if you're not playing under pressure, if you're not playing against the best each and every event for top 4, top 6 even, SPLYCE has yet to break top 6. It's hard to call them, a main. I think they placed top 6 in the Invitational. I take that back, but of course that wasn't a major open. It's hard to call them a top 5 slayer. You have Excels. You have, of course, all of Optic Gaming. You have Toy Soldier, and Icy, who's really emerged as top player. Yep.
Icy was amazing earlier.
Yeah, so he's up there. Don't get me wrong. Identita's a great player. I give him top 15, top 10 for sure. But I really want to see them prove themselves here, and this is where you start. You want to be the best. You got to beat the best. Team ENVYUS, so many second place finishes, of course, so many finals appearances within the past year. They actually won a championship. That was the Season 2 finals. They won 2 championships. That was the European finals as well. Last time they were here on London soil, they came out victorious. But of course, Optic was not at that event. Here we go. Map number 1 will be Foundation. Can SPLYCE do it? Can SPLYCE bring down a team that has been to this stage so many times before?
It's going to be an aggressive push for that B-Hill, I'm pretty damn sure, and I think SPLYCE will be going straight for that one. Reclaimed was map number 2, and third map, if we do need it, John, is going to be Harbour. So before we get into this, ENVYUS said that, they're not performing at their greatest, from the get-go. They're trying to recover, I suppose you could say. Do you think SPLYCE have a chance of beating them in this match?
We've seen Envy in this spot many times before. Losers bracket.
Okay.
backs against the wall. They grind back pretty well. I will say they don't have the clutch factor like Optic does, so there's a possibility. But SPLYCE, representing Mexico, representing Latin America, looking to make a statement here against one of the best teams in the game right now. It's definitely open, and I gotta say, I think ENVYUS is gonna bring it home here. They just have more experience. Big story here. Praised has been playing out of his mind. I saw him against Team Allegiance doing all sorts of crazy things. Praised, when he gets angry, when he gets heated up, he is a monster. We're going to hop on board with him to kick things off.
That's what it's about. They need passion, I believe, ENVYUS. They can get through it without it, but I think 2-0 is going to be my prediction for this one, John, if we want to go down to the specifics in favor of ENVYUS. Yeah.
I like that you give predictions, man. A lot of casters will dodge that question. It's always good to make it fun. Kind of like our Panda Global versus Epsilon match yesterday. It was a little bit, you were a little bit right in your prediction. I was a little bit wrong in mine. But perhaps I was showing some blind favoritism for USA here.
Bias.
Yeah, now we have, Team Kill's going to come in for Desinite. Now we have Latin America, team representing Latin America, going up against an American team in Team ENVYUS. 2 kills picked up for Envy very quickly.
Well, it's blinking for Envy for that triple cap, and they're already at the A-hill once again. Breeze getting another kill. Last player for Adverse is going to push towards Toy Soldier, but Toy will back off. You notice he went around the cover. John kept his distance, but stayed in the fight to put in the shot as soon as the player revealed himself. And of course, the ENVYUS members continue to regroup. The snowball effect comes into play. Good start for ENVYUS.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Good stuff indeed. Team ENVYUS wins round number 1 pretty quickly. 1 minute and 4 seconds for a round 1 is well done on Foundation. Not a map where you see triple caps happen incredibly often. And now, decision to make. Choche loves putting weapons over by the secondary side. You see welding and fountains. He loves putting incense there. So expect SPLYCE to do that. Maybe on map 2, which is reclaimed, I believe. Yep. But here, map number 1. Looks like it will be grenades that they're hovering over. No, he's going to change it up, and he's going to put down a Marksa, it looks like. Not confirmed yet. Communications coming in from SPLYCE.
I'm glad it is. Glad they're taking the time.
Yeah, it's how you should do it.
Truly did.
The last second. It is going to be a Marksa. Toby, I got to ask you, how does that change how the map is played here? Do you think that's going to be grabbed by both teams?
I'm not too sure about ENVYUS. I assume SPLYCE will, but my only worry in terms of SPLYCE is Toy Soldier always runs down that middle area. He's already got 5 kills, and that was truly what impressed me the most in the Optic Gaming Grand Final in the Columbus Open, was Toy Soldier's ability to set up his team at the B-Hill in the opener. Gives that, that spearhead needed for ENVYUS to play at the aggressive state of play. Will that Marksa affect things here? I mean, ENVYUS have slowed things down. Franchise getting checked by that a little bit. But Toy Soldier on hands, try and go on that damage presented. The opportunity for the push by Franchise. Toy will find that kill. Desinite's going to get pinched as well. But Identity does get a kill of his own, John.
Toy's going to that's actually smart. Don't get the kill right away. No need to. Help your teammates out first. You need to pick up that down, though. And yeah, smart plays by Toy. That actually keeps someone timed out of the game for an extra 5 seconds. So Toy Soldier, who really needs to heat up for ENVYUS, he is known to be their X Factor. He gets shut down by Adverse in the middle of the map after getting 3 kills. Ribs, kept that B-Hill just yet, though. So it's going to be ENVY with a slight lead here, but B-Hill still up for grabs. Looks like Franchise shuts down Adverse.
Indeed, and Ribs just on our screen now. He's got a bit of an angle on the B-Hill. There is a bit of distance, a bit of cover, but he's there. He's applying the pressure in more ways than one. He's kept a firm eye on the C-Hill. No one's spotted, so he is going to look to perhaps break that, but he's only rolled in front of an enemy. Big 1v1 going down. Advert's the new player for the Slayer, but Ribs does not care. Takes his head off. Could that be a triple? Choche has got a kill somewhere. It allows the break, but look at the numbers situation. Oh my. It's not looking good. Rocha on his own, looking to push Ribs. Ribs trying to keep his distance, delay that 1v1 for a little bit of time. See if the regroup can come in. Ribs chooses to back out there, play it passively.
Yep, smart play by Ribs there. He's going to get the break. He's going to back out and reset. 50 points right now for Team ENVYUS. Rocher shuts down the push and the 3 cap, so good job by Rocher keeping SPLYCE alive, but they are, look at that, Toby, getting doubled in points right now. And Denta's with the Marksa. Put some shots on the B-Hill. Good shots go in. But they're going to have to win this B-Hill fight. They're going to have to do it quickly if they want to claw their way back into this one, Toby.
They're able to take Choche, who perhaps pushed a little bit too eagerly there as the Marksa support was not present for him. Easy pick for the ENVYUS team. And only 2 players are holding down that Pistons, which means 3 are able to stretch across. Like Ribs does pick up Desinite. Rocha responds, and he's going to see if he can be a bit more aggressive towards this side of the map and look for A. ENVYUS are set up, though, but they will have to respond in some format to the A-Hill. Or will they? Only need 1 hill to finish this off, John.
Yep, I'm liking the aggression from Adverse right here. That's one criticism I had of him against E-United was he was not getting aggressive enough. He was not playing like he would in the comfortability of his own home, and he's going to do exactly that right now. Adverse making plays. He's still alive here. The flank comes in. He's finally going to get taken out. But Adverse, who I've heard from SPLYCE and from many people in the Latin American scene, is a top slayer. I haven't seen him really turn up just yet, and there you go. Team ENVYUS going to 2-0 lead over SPLYCE here in map number 1.
Weapon placement time. What is it going to be for the Latin American team? I mean, John, giving your thoughts on this one as well. The Marks has been placed down at the Pistons. Hasn't really made an impact every time I've switched to the Markser on the camera. There's not much damage being put in. It's not really affected anything.
Yeah,
right? It's
exactly.
not phased ENVYUS at all.
It was a passive placement. What I would do right here, I'd do another passive placement. You know, I think it's too early to tell, hey, we're a better team and fighting for the initial. We can outslay Envy on the first wave of kills. It's too early to say that. Envy is, I think, winning most of those fights. So something like an M-bar, it's going to stretch out the map. It's not going to be an all-in type of strategy. I think is a good decision. Probably the best decision that SPLYCE could have done here.
Yeah, I'd much prefer that M-bar at that location than, say, at Pistons or at Nade. So it is more passive in that sense. It's not going to have a direct influence on that middle hill battle straight off the bat. It is a bit out of the way, but remember the M-bar. I heard you and Blaze talking about it earlier in your cast. That it's maybe a top 3 weapon. I'm not too sure myself. I think the torque bow is perhaps underrated in its ability, especially on this map, right? You can use the torque bow to stick the corners of the covers, especially on the away hills in the second half, when maybe an M-bar can't. There's a lot of intricacies, I feel, with the torque bow, and especially the drop shot, which, as Blazer said too, is perhaps underused at times and really underperformed when people pick the weapon up.
Yep, Toy Soldier right now looking pretty steady, hitting his first 2 shots now. He's going to get taken out, actually. Big 1v by Rocher. The support player for his team actually beating the main slayer for Team ENVYUS. Well played by Rocher right there. And you're spot on, Toby, about that torque bow. Another point I'll bring up, this map was designed with a torque bow in mind. You know, there's a torque bow that spawns upstairs, by that statue. So it's a good map, a lot of good angles. Designite over Rib. So far, what we've seen on camera, 2 1v1 straight fights going in favor of SPLYCE. They show that they can keep up individually.
Yeah, there's lots of lanes in this map. There's more than just the floor. There's also the corners. It's kind of like a square shape, as you could call it. Lots of doorways. So M-bar is effective, but also the torque bow, of course, wall cancel system. You can bounce while charging that weapon. Bounce around corners, but meanwhile, Designite is going to open things up with the M-bar kill. Rocher following up with a kill of his own.
And Designite 3 for 3 with that M-bar. Hasn't missed a shot yet, but he's going to get taken down by Franchise, who gets a double. Can Franchise get the triple? Yes, he does. Franchise, good plays right there in the closed area of the map, and that is another player. That's an easy target for Team ENVYUS, right? Every team loves to talk about how old he is, how he's behind, he's lost his step. But that's been going on since Gears 3.
You're right, yeah.
Every single game, you see him doing a lot of work with the shotgun. 9 kills to his name right now. In Ultimate Edition, same exact thing. I don't think there's ever been a true fact or a true, moment where he hasn't performed on land.
I just think it's because of his teammates.
And Franchise just got
a double kill there. I mean, when you team with the likes of Praise, Howard is the best player in Ultimate Edition, now Toy Soldier, said to have the best movement on the game, you're obviously going to be compared to your teammates at least a little bit.
That's true. That is well said, Toby.
So maybe that's where he gets a lot of...
I thought you were trying to say that his teammates are the reason he's good. I was about to rip you down. I'm just kidding. That's really good insight. When you play with such flashy players, Toy and Praise, 2 very skilled players, it's so hard to shine. We saw it back in the day. Explosive. This might sound crazy, but there was a moment where the sentiment in the community was that Explosive doesn't get enough shine on his team. He wasn't criticized per se, but Solar's always got the love. Mental always got the love. It's really
I
agree.
Back in Ultimate Edition, I barely spoke about Explosive in my cast. It was always Mental and Lava, and now it's just completely changed. Gears 4 is a completely different game, isn't it?
Exactly. So a good spree right there from Franchise. We'll hop off the Franchise train here, and we'll jump on board with Choche as SPLYCE down again, 40 points. Team ENVYUS, man, looking good here so far, and they're going to take out Choche all up to the home hill push. But I think regardless of the situation here, Toby, 200 points for Team ENVYUS. That's going to be a Team Envy round.
It's almost... I think it's like 90% of the times we change to the SPLYCE camera, it's always ENVYUS sitting back in a very favorable position. There's these micro situations which ENVYUS approach, each one as important as the next. And honestly, the round score, I have to say, really does reflect how well ENVYUS are playing and how much SPLYCE are getting locked out now of this map.
Yep, 3-0 in favor of Team ENVYUS playing on the Swarm team. And, I watched the entirety of the ENVYUS versus Allegiance match I mean, Envy's looking good. It's not necessarily that they are a bad team, that they haven't practiced enough. It's not a fundamental issue within the team. It was, I think, kind of a one-off match against Allegiance. So, in my opinion, ENVYUS is bouncing back here. They're showing that they are a consistent team, and big weapon placement here, Toby. Talk me through that.
Yeah, me and Benson have been moaning, I suppose you could say now, about the weapon placement system, about being very passive. SPLYCE, early days, 3 rounds in, or 4th round in, and we've gone for the boom shot.
Yep, big decision there. Boom shot on the map, not picked up just yet. Toy Soldier, I think, has the toy that has the marks on. Is that what I saw? I'm not sure. Identa's middle of the map right now. He's going to be full red. A boom shot was picked up by Praised. Solars, though, gets taken out to the other side of the map here. On board Identa's. He's staying sneaky. Toy Soldier has the boom shot. Someone has the boom shot. He needs to be careful.
Where is that boom shot? I'm actually wondering now.
Toy Soldier rotate. Identa should get taken out. He keeps close to Toy, though. Yep, there you go. Roacher takes out one. Adverse takes out Toy. Boom shot comes in. That's the last boom on the map here. Praise is going to get taken out. 4 dead at one point for ENVYUS. And Envy needs to take SPLYCE needs to take their numbers. They're outslaying Envy right now, but it's going to be Ribs that tries to turn the tide. 7 kills for him. Full red. Look at the movement. And he's going to get shut down by Roacher.
He noticed as well, Ribs trying to bounce as long as he could to delay getting into that shotgun bound engagement, right? To allow his health to regenerate and then break it on the last second. It was well timed, but SPLYCE member was too in tune with his Nasher right there. Of course, that is going to be the first round, which is interesting because ENVYUS got the boom shot first, and we've just been praising ENVYUS on their organization and playing every situation to a T.
It was really off screen. It was really off hill where plays were made. It was, I think, I'm not sure if Adverse plays Anchor or where he got that initial kill. It was definitely away from the action. We caught the action, and of course, as we're looking in one area, a big 1v1 by Adverse, I believe, as he rotated to B after that, picked up some kills after that. So those heads-up play by Adverse, I called him out as not slaying enough, not performing very well against the United, and he's off to a great start here.
With that boom shot still there for at least a few more rounds, it is going to mean SPLYCE and ENVYUS are going to have to pay massive attention to the B hill at this point. I mean, ENVYUS, they prove when they can easily bang with SPLYCE. When the map is a bit more spread out, a lot less focus, SPLYCE win their first round after placing down that boom shot despite losing it.
Hey, look what's still for grabs, Toby. It is the boom shot. 3 dead right now for SPLYCE. You see that on the HUD on your screen. That is 4 dead. ENVYUS going to secure this B hill, going to secure the boom shot. Keep in mind, Toby, it is round number 5. Both teams decided not to capture their home hills in round 5. Smart decisions, though. In my opinion, boom shot is way more valuable.
Yep, I think that's a mainstay, right? That's a mainstay play for most top teams now once the boom shot's there. But it's only really the boom shot in terms of a single weapon being consistently doing that, right?
Yeah, exactly. It draws people in round 5. Usually it's round 6, kind of regardless of what weapons on the map, people will cap their home hill. Sometimes round 5, with a boom shot on the map, that's going to happen. Franchise the boom. Adverse gets taken out by Praise. Oh, Franchise going to get flanked by Choche. Big flank, and Choche wants to pick up the boom shot, I think. He picks ammo.
He tried to pick up the boom shot, I think. It didn't work out for him, and because of that timer of escalation, he couldn't just sit there and pick it up. He had to fly into the hill empty-handed.
Yep, exactly. Team ENVYUS bounces back with a round win here, Toby. It is now round number 6. I think it's going to be SPLYCE that can deny a weapon on the map. There were instants in the middle. There's a boom up top. What will they place here, Toby? They have to deny something, actually, or they can X something out.
Well, I did see a drop shot for a second. That's a typical strategy to counter the boom shot, to provide an alternative strategy in terms of how you spread your resources across the map. Incense middle would make sense to me because that would directly influence the boom shot. If you send enough numbers there, you'll be able to pick it up early and throw that incense on the boom shot to prevent the pickup.
Especially the way ENVYUS is playing it, Toby. That's a smart play. It's maybe you can call it a counter to Team ENVYUS. ENVYUS is sending 3 down low to the cave. They're playing very cave heavy. That's going to force Envy now to play 4 open, which is where frag grenades usually spawn in ranked gameplay in Gears of War 4. So keep an eye on that open area of the map. Fights are going to go down for that boom shot. It is round 6. Look at the lethality on your screen right now. We have a boom, we have instants, and we have an M-bar. And the action is surely going to kick off here at the end of this half.
It's actually ENVYUS opting to send more members through that middle area to see how flexible they can be there. Dezenite did pick up the boom shot, but he sacrificed his teammate in the process. I believe he's got 1 boom shot left. He's going to use that, but it's a waste. You're right, John. Ribs was down. He could have taken Solars out instead, but Dezenite does make up for it with a kill. Insend, not going to connect on the second one. B-Hill not capped yet, but
Toby, that Insend brushed his shoulder. He barely dipped and dodged that one with a nice little roadie strafe. And now Dezenite's going to go back, capture his home C hill, and when the dust settles, it is going to be SPLYCE that won the initial.
Yep, they have the numbers advantage just up until now as the respawn timer has increased significantly. Still following Dezenite on his approach to the statue. Identives is there. Both teams actually have turned their attention here. 3 players all of both sides going towards that area, and Envy actually choosing to be super aggressive on this side. Ribs getting down in the process as well.
Adver's going to take out Solars. You keep seeing his name pop up on your screen. Maybe this is his breakout match that he's been looking for. Of course, this guy is an interim pickup. He is not signed yet, so he's playing for a lot more than just a tournament win. He's playing for his salary, for his career in Latin America. Because everyone knows in Latin America right now, SPLYCE is really the only team that has a chance to contest for that #1 spot. Everyone else has been a distant second and third.
I think I saw a flank. Judging from the health there, Joche does push regardless, taking out Ribs, but he's turned around. Franchise has no problem getting yet again another double kill, John. He's performing with his shotgun.
Yep, yes, he is. Average 9 kills to his name. Franchise has 17. He's going up in the 1v against the veteran. He's going to back out, reset, wait for his teammates to spawn here. Look at the score, though, and he can do that. He has time to do that. But what was that, a sniper or a bolt?
I think that was an Embar.
Embar headshot comes in from Praised.
Nice positioning as well, just peeking over that wall, and he's choosing to keep his distance here as well. See if he can pick ahead from that wall slide, that the predictable cover slide as they go for the C cap in cover. Franchise, meanwhile, insane over the top. Smart plays coming from ENVYUS here. Individual plays make that another double for Franchise. Could that be the triple cap in their hands here, John?
And keep in mind, Praise still has himself an Embar. Solar's going to hold that B hill. And Franchise, 2 instants, 2 kills. That is exactly what you need to do with those instants. I always say 2 booms, 2 kills. Really, the reality should be 2 incendiary grenades, 2 kills as well. I mean, those things are nukes. They are so powerful.
Yeah, maybe not with the spread of Gears 3, but you honestly don't need that spread.
Close.
They're
close.
Still, yeah, it's close. It's still very significant indeed, especially in its effect on the map. And you also have other options as to, say, block off hills, which we've seen time and time again on Escalation.
Yep, so now weapons have been removed. Folks, it is halftime. We're jumping into the second half of this one. The hills are going to switch, and respawn timers are back down to 10 seconds. Franchise, 20 kills. Toy Soldier behind him at 15. So Franchise,
it's a change.
Slack here.
It's a huge change. Right. You don't usually see that. That's a big differential there to usual sites, but jumping on board with Identities. People have also called this player the best singles player in the game too. And obviously,
that was Designated intro. Why are you going to take Designated intro from him? Oh my goodness. Oh, barely misses that shot. You see the spread come out of a shotgun there. And now Toy Soldier's going to take out 2. He's going to cap that E-hill as a result. So Envy, keep in mind, guys, in these early rounds of the halftime, you're playing for a 2 cap, only 10-second respawn timers. So you want to play more as a respawn type of objective game mode, like Domination in Call of Duty, if you will.
Yeah, setups rather than going for the all-out team fight to find that triple cap, for sure. But Adver's regrouping with his teammates. Toy Soldier's so red. He's going to be able to use movement to roll back.
Camera by Toy.
Yeah. Oh, tries to turn on Adver's, but Adver's could catch him out there himself. Looking towards Adver still, though, on this E-hill. The swarm approach. Triple cap does blink for a second for SPLYCE, but ENVYUS do respond quickly. Franchise down. More reinforcements at this side of the map, and ENVYUS are actually running away at this point from this E-hill. They're going to have to rely on Toy Soldier to go huge. You know, he shut down that time around. COG domination, SPLYCE showing up in this game for sure now. Maybe this is the change. Maybe the second half favors SPLYCE. I mean, the boom shot, lots of restrictions for sure for both sides when you put that down. Favored ENVYUS in my opinion, though, despite SPLYCE putting that down themselves. Let's see how they approach this weapons placement, though, John.
It's going to be a denial. They know that's a smart play. That's actually a counter. That's a play against SPLYCE. They know that SPLYCE likes to put heavy weapons in the main primary weapon slots. That is a main weapon slot. You know, SPLYCE has been known to put boom shots there before. Envy likes the stock weapon fight. They're going to block that out, allowing them to basically always, for the rest of this half, until round 12 or 13, fight for statue without a massive power weapon there.
I agree. They don't want SPLYCE to focus on that team fight anymore. They don't want to risk those shotgun battles, despite winning them convincingly, I might add. When that boom shot was placed down, I completely agree with the decision to force SPLYCE to do that, right?
Smart bait by Toy Soldier right there. So tempting to go for the up A shot. Adver's got baited for it. Toy Soldier made him pay. That up A shot is possibly the best but worst shot you can shoot in Gears. Sometimes it's perfect, depending on the situation. Sometimes it can get you in a really bad spot. Right there, you saw that for Adverse. Identity's pushing up right now. He uses Lancer, needs to hit headshots right now, but it's going to be Ribs that shuts him down. Good Lancer play by Ribs. His teammate Praise going to pick up that kill, and now Gonna be a reverse situation. Ribs and Praise are gonna put some pressure on that F hill. Just a little bit of light pressure though. Nothing too serious. They hold the 2-cap right now.
Smart idea by Identives. He knew where both players were located, but he just received a bit too much damage at the end of the day, didn't he? You know, you're right. He needed headshot damage to try and catch up the damage placed upon him. What Ribs was delivering on, but finding advers on this side of the map. ENVYUS, they've set up an E. No weapon placed there, of course. But 3 members trying to build up a fortress. Toy Soldier playing passively.
And look at the difference now, Toby. You look at the setup for Team ENVYUS. My biggest criticism of Allegiance was their lack of ability to set up ENVYUS. However, a team that was very good at King of the Hill in Gears 3, which was very setup heavy, is completely dominating right now in this setup. And now they're going to push for this triple cap, put some pressure on that. So well played by Team ENVYUS. The teamwork and the perfection of Envy really shows.
Good movement from Ribs as well. Just dodging the first shot, Desnide, but Desnide does respond. Splyce forced to try and get into the break. Into the hill for the break, I should say. I think they're going to be able to get this one, John.
Yep. There you have it. Team ENVYUS wins that round. They go up 6-1. It is now game point, folks. And Praised is someone I want to watch and hop on board with if possible, as he is so good to watch. You can learn so much by watching his gameplay. You know, he's always on point. He makes the right decisions, he positions himself well, and he values his life. Typically, the lowest time dead of anyone in the entire game. Praised is always someone you can learn from.
Yeah, it's quite a contrast, actually, from Toy Soldier. I mean, you have 2 players we've mentioned as stars when compared against a franchise, but it's a very important role in Gears 4. I think Praise has received a lot of not feedback, but a lot of public opinion, I should say, that he's a shadow of his former self, that he's not necessarily the best player anymore, but he does play a crucial role in this ENVYUS side. I do agree with you.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Effective.
He's the heart and soul of his team, man. When he is feeling good, when he is hyped, he hypes up his team. I think Toy Soldier. You know, Ribs is someone that was under a lot of criticism when Soto was dropped from NV. A lot of people thought it should have been Ribs. But, you know, what Ribs adds to the team is not necessarily just raw kills. You don't look at the kill column when it comes to Ribs. You look at the plays he makes, things like that. His instant he picked up on the other side of the map. Praise now. We talked about hopping on board with him. And my man Waldo delivered. You guys get to see what he does so well. Look at him. Look at him playing his life, playing wide. And he, was this close to connecting for the one shot right there.
Went for the give. Went for that Gears 1 star straight. Yeah. Looking for the give. Didn't pay off for him. But Identives is going to be in a world of trouble. His enemies are scattered around him. What?
Expected this? I wouldn't have expected this. Sorry. Would have expected, hey, ENVYUS, maybe they're not as good. Maybe they're down in the dumps. They're not going to bounce back. No. The answer is no. Talked about it earlier. The issue with Team ENVYUS right now, because there really is no issue. The issue was a temporary lack of performance against Allegiance. They recognize that. Franchise mentioned that. They started off very slow, but it's not a fundamental issue. It's not communication. It's not preparation. It's not individual skill by any means. They just had a bad match. They're bouncing back, and a good, strong showing from Team ENVYUS, the better team in this matchup, in my opinion.
Couldn't have said it about myself. I mean, they just won 7-2. Quite a convincing victory, but SPLYCE are by no means a pushover. It's a very good team in the pro circuit right now, of course, a top Latin American team. And I think a win here for ENVYUS, if they are able to find the victory in the end of this one. Of course, we're going to Reclaim next, just to remind you at home, folks.
And there you see it on your screen from left to right. Praise, Solar's franchise, Toy Soldier, and Ribs. Praised is someone, of course, he was banned from the first event, couldn't compete at that event, and now bouncing back, looking to remake a name for himself. And it's kind of crazy to think Praised has to do it again. After everything he's accomplished so far in his Gears career, considered to be top 2, top 3 player in Gears 3, considered to be the best player in Gears Ultimate Edition, really by a long shot, won MVP of Season 1 Finals, was voted that honor by his peers, and now in Gears 4, some people say, Icy, Toy Soldier, Explosive are kind of the big 3 to watch on various teams. Praise is trying to inch his way back there, trying to prove that he still is the best player in this game.
Yeah, despite Gears 4 and Escalation really favoring the fast actions like Explosive, Toy Soldier, how fast they move is incredible, and how effective they are as Slayers is even more so, perhaps even more influential to the game. But Praise, like I said, Ribs, you mentioned it, franchise, all doing their bit. Optic Gaming, they said to yourself as well that they're just a team of stars. They can all go off at any time. ENVYUS can as well. Despite being slower players, you still can have a crucial impact to the team in many regards. And Franchise is actually a good example of that, finishing with the most kills in that game there.
Yeah, well said. We saw that exactly against Optic Gaming. They really went off, all 5 of them playing very well. In that first series against Optic, of course, shut that down in the second series and won MLG Columbus. However, on the SPLYCE side, let's break down this roster a little bit. A team that is on the cusp of greatness. You saw it on the fight card. They have a lot of potential, but hey, potential is nothing without execution. And unfortunately, they just have not been able to execute. This SPLYCE roster thought they were making the right decision in dropping Involving, who's been on this roster for years now, since Gears of War 3. They pick up Adverse, someone that's new to the scene, someone that's unproven, and someone that really is trying to make a name for himself and make a spot for his career. He's unsigned by SPLYCE right now, so he's playing for so much more than just a tournament win, as mentioned earlier. He's playing for a contract, and he's playing for a spot on this team. And unfortunately, so far, Toby, hasn't been a great showing from SPLYCE.
I have to agree with you. It's hard to say.
It is hard to say because SPLYCE this is the story of every event. They're such a good team on the cusp of greatness.
Yeah,
we have these little sayings for them that are all true. They all come from somewhere. They just have not been able to break through.
That's true. I compare SPLYCE a lot to Epsilon, right? Two top teams of their respective regions. They've showed excellence at times, but they just lack that finishing touch that the top NA teams really do deliver on. We're going into Reclaim next, John. It is SPLYCE's map pick. And we've seen them perform very well on this map. I think it's just like Epsilon's, one of their favorite maps, perhaps the favorite map of SPLYCE. Mainly because of these team fights, I think, John. I think Foundation is a very ENVYUS-heavy map, and vice versa for SPLYCE. But we discussed emotion, we discussed psychology. Both of these teams are really being impacted heavily by that side of the esport. Do you think SPLYCE can bounce back after what was a convincing loss in the first one?
Yeah, I agree with you, Toby. I think if it's any map, it's going to be on Reclaimed. SPLYCE is a good Reclaimed team. ENVYUS, of course, lost this one against Team Allegiance. They got some practice on it. I wouldn't call Reclaimed their best map by any means for Team ENVYUS. It's such an open map. You don't really have a chance for Toy Soldier to do his thing, to get crazy. And same reason that you don't see it a lot in the Optic matches. They prefer like a Foundation, even an Impact, where you can be very, very loose, a lot of flank routes. Reclaim doesn't have that. It's more about teamwork, more about rotations, more about crossing. We've seen some great Reclaimed gameplay. I mean, the beauty of this map has come out. Gosh, the Echo Fox versus Optic match, the Allegiance versus United match. Let's see if we can see it here again. SPLYCE versus Team ENVYUS.
Well, as maps do get rotated out of the pro circuit cycle, I think Reclaimed is not going anywhere anytime soon, Joe.
Agreed. Here to say. Reclaimed, of course, the map that vaulted Michael AOS, of course, level designer for the Coalition. It was the first map he ever designed, and perhaps the best map, one of the best maps in the game, considered by most to be a top 3 map in the game. Very fun to watch, fun to play on.
For certain, but let's bring up the heads-up display. 3 members make that 4 almost as Rib seems to be going down at Apples. He will go down, but will he get taken out? SPLYCE winning the team fight early here. A good start for them.
Yep, Franchise, of course. He plays anchor for their team on this map. That was an adjustment that Team ENVYUS made after the Invitational. No, it seems like that was years ago, only 2 months ago. And Franchise, a good player, the shot caller for the team. They wanted him to be in the fights, but they realized, wait a minute, sometimes it makes sense. Franchise is a sniper. It makes sense to put him in the anchor spot. He's a smart player as well. He can outsmart people in that role.
Yeah, he's smartly positioned himself towards that bottom barn when SPLYCE were flying at him. I think he didn't have any options as to defend that, so he did just play his life in the end. But notice how he's in the center line of the map, so he's not cut off in the enemy's in his own spawn and spawn trap, John.
Yep, that's a big kill right there by Desonide, Toby, and that's we'll see why right now. There you go, 2 dead right now. It all started with that kill from Desonide, though. He has 3 kills to his name, goes for the mental shot right there, not going to connect, but he's going to outstrafe Praise and wins the 1v1 right there. So Desonide, the proclaimed best 1v1 player in all of Latin America, is going to come out in the clutch with 2 1v1s.
SPLYCE are having their way right now. I haven't seen Franchise being... Of course, we just praised him for his positioning, but not very proactive from him. We were talking about XL's loads earlier, about how proactive he is. But not any serious attack for the away hill of SPLYCE right now, despite SPLYCE being so effective up top.
Yep, and let's break down some action here real quick. It is going to be Team ENVYUS now that is looking to bounce back again for a second time here. Toby, take it away.
Ribs leading the charge for a change as well. We usually see Toy Soldier and the smoke screens already up. Ribs going to add to that now. Solars is on hand. Solars a very good player, in fact, with the slaying. Especially on this map, I find he's a very effective player up top in those battles, John. We've got Ribs as well, actually, on that note.
Yeah, a good break by ENVYUS, but is it, you wonder, Toby, is it too little too late here? They're going to need to go for the 3 cap, but it's going to be tough when DOMINATION is making plays. He's going to get a break on their home hill, especially if he can take out Franchise here. Franchise, the Spray Lancer is going to come out on top. Of course, the Team ENVYUS Lancer that he is repping right now in Team Envy. Now going for the 3 cap. They have 1 dead, 5 on 4. They need to slay, and they need to do it quickly, Toby. Keep in mind, 207 is the point that SPLYCE wants to reach to. It takes 3 seconds to break a hill.
Franchise returning to the A hill. You said it, they need the triple. Yeah, he's just played well enough Identities to roll out. Toy Soldier not able to find that Lancer. Kill trades do go on, but I think they've run out of time, Envy here. Ribs flying in, but good turn for Identities. 206, 207, I think that is it. You cannot break it in time, John. SPLYCE do take the first round here on a very good start. I think they need that start. I'm going to be blatantly honest. If SPLYCE start off good here, then they can certainly get loud, play to their best. I think the psychology can really tilt to their into their favor.
Agreed. And it's proclaimed, it's map that they're very strong on, so a round 1 win is, I wouldn't say expected, but needed for SPLYCE. They need to start to do something against momentum here. And now Franchise can make a decision. He is known to have sniped ever since Gears of War 1. He's always been the sniper on his team. Not only the sniper, but the captain, the shot caller as well. And even last map, we saw him leading in the slaying category. So let's see what he places right now. If it's a sniper, it's for himself. If it's up top, it is a smart decision for the team. I like that decision from Team ENVYUS. Selfless from Franchise.
Of course, he can be his own team, though. If you do put the sniper down bottom, he is, of course, the anchor player now, as you mentioned, that change. It would allow him to be a bit more flexible, right? Allow him to be a bit more proactive. He was a bit quiet in my mind that first round. We touched upon it. Sniper given to a player of his caliber, John, would have really helped him out, I think.
It would, but I think a little bit of insight as to why that decision was made. Franchise did that against Allegiance. He gave himself a sniper, and actually what happened was Kraz, I keep saying, gosh, so many crazes, a lot of carries.
Crazy game, man. It's a crazy game.
It is. Kraz of Team Allegiance embarrassed with a sniper. 4 headshots for him.
Really?
Yep. Oh my gosh, yeah.
That pop.
So I guarantee that's his teammates right there saying, look, Franchise, we know you want it, but homie, last time we gave it to you, you didn't do much with it. And they make a team decision instead. So a little bit of insight as to why Envy made that decision. I could assume, at least. We didn't hear the listening, though.
Yeah, I think early on, the decision to put a weapon, or prevent a weapon, I should say, at that B hill is a smart decision. I mean, SPLYCE, evident from Foundation as well. They play for the team fights. Whether they're successful or not, that is their main strategy. Let's take the strategy away. At least diminish it in some respect to provide yourself options later.
Toby, honestly, so far, actually action's going to pick up here, so let's jump into that. We'll jump back to that thought in a little bit. Praise, with a down 1 here, the revive comes in, and team fire's not going to be enough. Praise is just playing patient. Look at him just waiting for the up A's. He knows those up A's are going to come. The up A finally does come. He rolls backwards, takes out his Lancer, but needs to go back with the shotgun, and he's going to do that. Praise picks up that kill. 3 dead right there in what was a crucial fight for the tone of this round. Franchise, meanwhile, overextending at C.
This be the triple? No, we've got a response, and it's the A hill. Someone OE'd, and it is Jay Choche, the in-game leader for SPLYCE. It's good. He's just got the break, and now he's going to choose to play it safe. But Ribs has got an important 1v1 here.
Nice back roll by Ribs there, recognizing, hey, the shotgun does nothing from a distance. That back roll really was first seen by Mental. He does it better than anyone. Kind of abusing the fact that the shotgun has such a steep drop-off from long range. On board with Advers right now here on the high side towards B. Smoke Grenade's going to go out. Push is going to come from SPLYCE. Certainly, they're down by 60 points, Toby. They need to go big here.
You notice Identities is angling heavily through that railing, and as he gets that necessary damage, he tries to fly in. Solars catches him in the back, though, and you notice Praise keeping his distance once again on the same angle. You notice, John, he does not go onto that cover when there's a swarm player in front of him. These SPLYCE members love to up A. He keeps his distance, but is never out of the fight, keeping the suppressive fire at range.
KYP. I learned that playing college lacrosse. Know your personnel, know who you're playing against, and that's spot on, Toby. Your analysis is correct. SPLYCE loves up A. They're Gears 3 players that really were born in the reaction shot up A, get in your face style of play, or period, when the game really evolved to that. Praise knows that. He takes advantage of that. Any other player right there would have been in cover, would have been pressing A. Praise didn't press A once. He stayed patient. Veteran move right there from Praise. And, not much to talk about as ENVYUS really dominated that round, so it's good to analyze gameplay a little bit. A lot of people at home trying to improve in Gears of War. We always try to break it down for you guys to understand who does what and who does it well.
Couldn't say it about myself, John. And, yeah, it was a bit of a domination.
It was.
Not domination specifically, but in every
Demolition.
sense of the word. Demolition.
Destruction.
We're going for Call of Duty game modes, are we?
Is Demolition a color?
Yeah.
So they have Domination and Demolition?
I think, yeah. Back in Modern Warfare 2.
I love their Ishins.
Ishins.
No, then there's Uplink, where it's basically basketball in a video game. I love that game.
I like that mode.
It's fun, man.
It's really cool. It's not as good as Escalation, though.
Of course.
Don't be silly. Why are we mentioning that game?
I'm serious, man. When you have Benson, someone who's casted so many games, actually, he told us yesterday, he's casted 12 games alone this year, maybe 14. That he says Escalation is the best console esport game mode of anything. That says a lot right there. Beautiful game mode that brings the beauty out in Gears, brings the beauty out in esports, and it's been a good showing here. My hat goes off to the Coalition for designing a wonderful one game mode for Gears esports.
And he's not just saying that, is he? It's true.
No, he's not just...
He's 100%.
Yeah, Benson's known to share his opinion. He would not exaggerate that opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a very honest person.
Well then, as the action unfolds up top, it is a bit back and forth, but let's turn our attention quickly to this ankle flex battle as Franchise is looking to be a little bit aggressive. He's got Toy Soldier around the corner, so he does back off, but here comes Advers in support. Toy Soldier says no, gets a double headshot. Already looking towards that A-Hill, but is not too ecstatic in his movement. He's going to slow it down. B-Hill taken by Splyce. ENVYUS, as they're known for, are going to play a bit more passively as this scenario presents itself.
Indeed, Solar's right now. Throw smoke towards that B-Hill. ENVYUS needs a break on that B-Hill. Good pistol shots. It's a few for Solar. It's going to give him a bit of DPS needed, and the up A comes in from Desanide. He has really been performing here in this one. Losers bracket, everything on the line here. Franchise hits a nice up A on one. Praise is going to come in. He misses the back A, hits the shot after. Can Praise connect for the final kill? No, he does not just yet.
Oh, just sneaking away. I was waiting for that, see if a play went down, but look at this. Franchise,
Beautiful.
textbook Gears of War gameplay, going wide with that Lancer, not even risking shotgun range.
Exactly.
Just
Praise, man. Always makes the right decisions. Good play right there from him. You know, Toby, it's been nice casting this one with you. It's good to let the game breathe a little, let the game speak for itself, and kind of speak about some higher level discussions. And that's been the case here. It's really been Envy that dominated the last round. And you guys can obviously see what's going on screen, so good to break down things otherwise.
Yeah, strategic map so far. Toy Soldier actually going down.
Oh my goodness!
So.
Toy Soldier against incendiary grenades. How did he get away alive right there? I would assume he would at least have martyred with the incident. Now B Solars. It's going to be Brian Solars that picks up one, and the domination's going to come in. Huge plays from Toy Soldier.
Oh no, he's broken for a second, but only a second, John. No, it's going to go the way of ENVYUS. It is a strategic map so far. On Reclaimed here, John. So yeah, it is good to take a breather at times and discuss the complexities of escalation in Gears Esports. Welcome, all new viewers to Gears. Hope you are enjoying. My name's Toby Campbell, joined with Fallout. Now we arrive at the weapon placement screen once again. It is designated to select the weapon. They're going for the mark, so once again, John, thoughts on that?
Yep, no major power weapons on the map just yet. Splyce love their secondary weapons. Again, they think the addition of Advers opens things up and gives them an opportunity to use those secondary weapons, things like Marksa, Hammerburst, Retro Lancer, etc. So they're going to place that Marksa down, and that's really going to allow high DPS. Again, we saw, if you guys were watching the United versus Team Legion's match, we saw good use of the Marksa. We saw how it can be effective on this map. You'll see it again here.
Well, Incendiary's picked up for both sides. Toy Soldier getting in first this time around. It's usually Splyce who do that, so letting Toy Soldier run free a little. He did that.
Well, you know what that was, Toby? That's the smart play by Envy, and that's what makes this game look kind of nice, is, hey, you place down nice incident by Desanide, but you place down a Marksa, and you can grab it. Doesn't mean the other team has to grab it, though. So Toy Soldier and Envy decide to play for an aggressive map control strategy, but Splyce picking up the power weapons.
And they push the away hill too, something Franchise hasn't been doing as often. Is this going to punish Envy right here? It is. What a quick round, 2-2.
Quick work right there for Splyce. And that's what you love to see, right, Toby? You drop a Marksa for yourself, and Envy decides not to grab it. You pick up your power weapons, you play it slow, kind of a slow break up at that B hill, rotate those Incins up high side, use that Marksa for DPS, and you regain control. Well played by Splyce there, and it's now 2-2.
Franchise, will he now finally elect to select a weapon to place down that workshop area? Bottom barn is referred to by these players, the majority of players anyway. Frag grenades could be an option, usually selected for that middle location, though, to influence the up top battle. They can be thrown from there directly into the B hill upon pickup, and so it's one of these weapons that can be highly influential, and it is a go-to weapon placement for these NA teams.
Yep, nades are going to be placed right there. And now 2-2 is the score, as you guys see on the scoreboard, but not at the top. just yet. We're going to get that updated here for you in a bit. And that, you call it, Toby, nades in the middle of the map. Do you think it stretches out the map, or do you think it's still going to be an all-out brawl?
I think it does stretch it out. At the very least, it does stretch it out, and I think it will favor ENVYUS in this regard. Anything that lengthens the map and complicates it I think, is always going to favor ENVYUS.
There you go. Smart decision here to hop on board with Desert, who has instance. He's been the playmaker so far in this map. Adverse picks up frags, too, so all the power weapons. Again, SPLYCE opts for a power weapon type strategy. ENVYUS map opts for map control, and a beautiful back A right there from Desert over Toy Soldier.
It's all about being unpredictable, right? You think bouncing into Toy Soldier's right hand is just, no, that's a no-no, can't be doing that. But Desert, he had an up A earlier, pushing into a 4-man Envy stack. And it's all about unpredictability in Gears Esports, right? It's not about raw skill, it's also about raw intelligence and experience on the game. And Desert is really showcasing that here today on Reclaimed. They've got the nades. I'm not sure if they've used them just yet, but they have got B control. Well, they haven't got B control just yet. Instead, they're going to make sure they assert themselves on map control. Identives is going to go wide with a Lancer. Ribs just about getting away himself.
And look at that play by Identives. We talk about SPLYCE having been a Gears War 3-born team, likes to get in your face. Identives right there with, kind of showing he's a veteran. He's really starting to learn from his American players. He played that like praised. Went wide right, blind fire Lancer, finished the down with his teammates rather than trying to go for the up A one shot. Which honestly, if we were watching him a year ago in Gears 3, or maybe 2 years ago in Gears 3, you would have seen him make a completely different play, in my opinion. He's really matured and grown as a player.
No doubt. Just like Epsilon, perhaps SPLYCE are adapting on the fly too to these NA teams. Certainly put them up with there in the ranks, but here comes the reinforcements for ENVYUS. 3 members up top, Ribs on hand. Just watching that Apple's angle. The incendiaries have been picked up. It's a short run to a location that can actually throw into the B-Hill. But look at the score, John.
And here we go, Toby. Big fight for that B-Hill. This fight will surely determine the round. ENVYUS with a good kill on Rocher. They're going to push up here. Praise getting a nice L trigger. And it's going to be Solar's actually his third down. Going to be up to Praise. Praise hits the back A, but he gets flanked. A huge flank from Dezenide. And it's all up to one man. It's Toy Soldier. He gets shut down. Good job by SPLYCE holding that setup and hanging on. Ribs, meanwhile, playing the anchor role for his team.
Playing it extra cautiously indeed. No incendiaries are spawned just yet, but I'm sure ENVYUS will be there very soon with a team fight. And they're going to have to be quick.
Yep, you're spot on. Envy will have one more chance, though, here, Toby. They're going to have to act quick. If they act quick enough, here's an opportunity. Ribs leading the way. Good rotation right there. That's what we want to do. The anchor roll is not static. It's dynamic. Someone always needs to be taking that anchor roll. And there you go. Ribs with a big instant kill. He has one more to his name. That instant can be exactly what is needed right now, but he needs to use it wisely. Ribs perhaps one of the most wise players in the game, so that will certainly favor him. 195 though. Envy has 10 seconds to get to the hill. It's not going to help when Identives is doing this to you. 2 kills for Identives. Can he get the triple? He's going to go for the break. Misses the shot, but that will be enough, Toby. That should be it. No. Big hit fights for A. That's it. SPLYCE hangs on. Huge plays by Identives. Huge plays.
Each of these players of SPLYCE, they just keep going off, right? And that's what you need. That's what you need. You can't do that unless you are motivated, unless you're passionate, and SPLYCE certainly are showing in this map at the very least that they are. Score lead once again for them and his franchise to select a weapon. What do you think it could be here, John? What do you think the options are for ENVYUS? What do you think they should potentially opt for?
Yep, and it's the last round of the half here, so whatever they place, it's really going to be all in for that. In my opinion, ENVYUS doesn't like to put boom shots down, doesn't like to put drop shots down. They're hovering over the M bar right now. I was just going to say that is a good choice for them, or at least it's like them, and they're going to opt for the M bar placement down at the workshop. They realize, hey, B-Hill fight not going well. SPLYCE has had B-Hill control the last 2 rounds. They're going to try and stretch things out a bit. Maybe give franchise that M bar to use down low as the anchor player. Interesting to see how this round's going to play out, how these teams are going to play it.
And this is usually something you just expect of ENVYUS. They're so flexible, but they haven't been going for the away hill that often.
Toby. 5 low. 5 low for SPLYCE. That is a big decision right there for SPLYCE. They're going to give away B-Hill completely. They're going to ignore it. They're going to grab that M-bar. They want it in the hands of this man and his Identives. He goes down. Revive comes in immediately, and now there's a power-up into his name.
I'd like to see Nate picked up as well with such an all-in strategy. Or do you need that when you get a headshot on Ribs there? They're all going to rotate now, John. This might be the ingredients needed to retake this B with ease.
Oh my goodness, he almost connected for a second one. Huge headshot by Identives. That goes to show, hey, why did they run that strategy? Why did they give up B-Hill? It's going to be another headshot picked up by Identives. And here comes the Toy Soldier DPS with the marks. A big fight going down. He gets shut down by Dezenide. Praise full red, and he's going to get a mental shot. That's a mental shot in its finest right there. by Desinite. Headshot comes in from Identives, and SPLYCE outstratting ENVYUS. Toby, how often will you see that?
They're going off individually as well. Double kill after double kill for these two individuals, and it's meant a triple cap opportunity. Ribs left to his own devices. He finds the kill. Franchise is here. It's broken, but there's smokes everywhere. I think this could fade SPLYCE, but they've done just enough here. I think, no? Do I speak too soon?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Franchise and Ribs pick up a double kill is big. But Silver grabs another, so ENVYUS is going to hang on there. That was a huge play by Ribs. He managed to not only extend the fight, he moved right back, got a kill. Franchise picked up another, and ENVYUS stays alive. But hey, Choche trying to keep the momentum alive for SPLYCE. He's going to get a kill. And I believe that was Solars. And, you know, really, I'm not seeing anyone on ENVY go off right now.
I have to be honest, the speed of SPLYCE, each individual just keeps catching off their enemies. Toy Soldier's been caught with a markstar a few times now with a shotgun flying at him, and he's one of the fastest players in the game, and here he is getting out-shotgunned, outmaneuvered by Choche. Honestly, ENVYUS really need to pick it up at this point in the team fights and the shotgun battles, or change something up drastically. I mean, just look at SPLYCE. They're having their way with the boys in blue here.
Yes, they are. Choche picks up 2. And ENVY only down, you know, despite how crazy dominant this round has been for SPLYCE, only down by 40 points. Solars, though, with the Marksa, is on the other side of the map there.
Maybe ENVYUS are getting a little bit too slow, John.
Yeah,
honestly.
He needs to either rotate back to the home hill or flank through the middle, through the mid steps, and put some pressure on the other side of the map while his teammates are coming from spawn right there. You know, obviously, easier said than done. Solars was the last alive right there, but, you know, that round entirely going in SPLYCE's favor. They're showing some life against Team ENVYUS.
I think ENVYUS are going to be happy as well. Maybe a sigh and a breath of fresh air. Second half time, 10 seconds respawn reset. It's not all about that execution style of play that SPLYCE maybe do favour themselves in. Team fights, of course, we've said it time and time again. But it's going to be 4 members down low for both teams. Here comes, yet again, another big team fight.
And here we go. Toy Soldier going to get shut down. He's been someone that hasn't been going off like we're used to seeing. ENVYUS now, we talk about it often, the halves favoring certain teams. You know, we've seen situations where one team up 4-2, the other team just dominates the second half in this tournament so far. But hey, a couple big kills right now. Ribs in a 1v, nice reaction shot from Ribs, and he's going to connect. If we can get a replay of that reaction shot in slow motion, beautiful shots from Ribs. J Ribs from New York, his mom is here watching him for the very first time.
What a recovery that was. He was caught with his Lancer out, but he used his movement, his positioning, and positioning to set up shots as well, most importantly. You're not only dodging shots, but you're setting up your own shots, John. And Ribs really demonstrated that to a T there. ENVYUS, as you see on the overhead map, they're trying to set up that line, especially in the middle area, but something tells me SPLYCE will be flying very soon. Will the Lancers, the famous Lancers of ENVYUS here, prevent Latin American team
famous Lancers of ENVYUS, that's spot on. Lasers for Team ENVYUS, and there's the team fire. Look at the setup. They set up better than any other team, really. Optic breaks hills better than any other team, and there you go again. Team Allegiance, we gave them a lot of criticism for their lack of ability to set up. ENVYUS, the exact opposite right now. Beautiful plays right there from Envy, just waiting for the push of SPLYCE, baiting them and outplaying them. Huge kills from Envy. Now last alive is Choche, the team fire, not going to connect.
May have noticed though, Franchise did get taken out by Choche, so maybe a little bit of an overextension, bit of a criticism there. Maybe he should have played it a tiny bit slower.
Oh, you have a 5-on-1. There's no reason to die in that situation, Toby.
Well,
Franchise, someone who rarely makes individual mistakes here, but Envy got themselves a 30-point lead. They've been dominating this round, but SPLYCE is certainly still in it. SPLYCE closed out the last round. Let's see if ENVYUS can close out this round.
That one number advantage might have provided the opportunity for SPLYCE now to have a more successful team fight here.
Here you go.
They are going to collect.
Put on the pressure here. Let's hop on board of the listening with Team ENVYUS to see if they can close this one out.
I'm going down, Brian.
No. I'm dead, Joe. Choche's hurt. Our hill. One on our hill. He's down. He's leaving our hill. He's running.
Can I go S1?
He's right. What's upstairs? We still have
Guys, we have a good lead right now, but they're going to try to O-eat their grapes.
They can't. No. We're gonna
spawn on our bottom barn.
Yeah, I'm backing up. I want you.
We're gonna have to make another push.
I can shoot that guy up top. Somebody has to put pressure on the guy up top.
There's pressure up top. If they get down low.
That'll have to be Brian.
No, we should do it together.
Brian already won. Let's go.
I smoked bottom.
You got the kill, Brian? We should play for their hill.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I went through the middle.
Go to behind me. On barn. In mid barn. Haystack behind you.
Brian, push sharp on apples. On your guy.
I'm dead middle. I'm dead at E.
He's gonna break our hill.
Is he? Is he ready? Did he run across or not?
Yes, yes.
Rank on, rank up. Brian's on the hill.
Try to break E, try to break E. Good big break. We gotta get a cap. We gotta break E.
I got ours.
Get F, get F.
Go, Brian. Yeah, I think we win. I think we win.
Fucking best. Let's go.
Yo, wait. Be decisive.
Bro, exactly.
What is that?
Yeah, don't worry. That was another example of us like calling a play and then canceling it in the middle of it.
Bro, I heard go their home, go E. I'm like,
We just needed one break. We just needed one break.
Yeah, but whatchamacallit? Yo, initially they're bringing their front spawn low, and he's literally like up in. He's like,
yeah, I saw that.
Into the cut?
He's getting there fast. Bro.
Yeah.
Yo, listen. Next time, yo, in that situation, yo, Brian, you didn't say a word, bro.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
You
No,
really
you
did.
didn't. No, you didn't.
I said, you said someone needs to push that.
Yeah, and then literally praise like Brian needs to do it. And you just went. Like you literally just went.
I said I'm pushing it when I up it.
Whatever, doesn't matter.
Instance, guys.
He was Mark. Yeah,
I'm telling you guys, they're gonna
Brian,
play
grab
back on
incense.
the
Grab
E.
incense.
Nigga, they're up in OD on you.
They're gonna play back because of instance, guys. I promise.
All right, so hold our incense and try not to die by theirs.
I'm gonna try to cap E, like sneak cap.
Can you see logs? Mama?
Yes,
Yes,
cap it.
You threw one.
I got it.
Break it.
Bring incense low, man. Bring incense low.
Make him pay.
He didn't break it.
You still have incense low, right?
Yo, we should leave E and fucking go their home.
Yeah,
we should leave this shit.
We kind of can, but there's a guy mid map.
I'm holding with flames though.
And there's one.
All right, Brian, stay. Let's go. Brian, stay. Let's go.
There's a guy up top.
Let's go their
There's a guy up
home.
top.
Let's go their home, guys.
Mid-barn.
He's out of flames.
Let's go
Me and Jamie left. Me and Jamie left.
It's quiet. I'm gonna
Jamie,
die.
Jamie,
I got my up top. I got my guy up top.
Look at Average running.
I'm dead up top.
They're old home. Up top.
I'm dead at E.
Doesn't matter. We're playing for home.
Look at this side first. Look at Evers.
You're gonna wait for ours, maybe.
All right, let's go back to E.
No.
Let's go back to
Can be
E.
that simple.
Not yet.
That's fine. I'm full.
One, yep.
On our hill.
Look at this one.
Okay, on our hill though. On our hill.
Let's kill the guy on our hill. Let's kill the guy on our hill.
Shitty spot. I'm gonna go down.
Jimmy first off.
I'm down the stairs.
S1. He's pushing me.
He's going for me, friend. I'm dead. On the hill, popping off. Too dead.
I got it. Leave.
Oh,
I'm pushing him, Jimmy.
He's behind you. There's one behind you, friend.
Kill him and run. Don't right. Just hold our hill. You don't have to push, Jordan. Right up there.
Let's go, Jordan.
Cover, Jordan. Come on.
Might have another one.
Going in block.
Yeah, you have help.
He's weak.
Hold it our grapes. He's on our grapes.
I don't see him.
He ran.
You guys good?
Instance, you're up. All right, I'm gonna smoke mid-barn.
They haven't got instance yet. New ones.
All right, let's go then. Let's go.
Yep.
Before they grab.
Yeah,
Alright, me and Brian will play high.
I'll mark the guy with instance.
He's right here.
One hop in the barn.
Down.
Brian, where is he?
You want one through cut?
One apples, Brian. You can push up.
Yo, I'm flanking through long.
Back to the line.
I'm flanking through long.
He sees you.
Yeah, hit him.
Brian, we have two. I'm coming to you.
He's hurt. I'm hurt too.
I incented their bottom. Yo, you can probably take their bottom.
Watch our flank, Brian. Our flank.
You want to take their bottom, Jordan? I mean, friend.
I'm full red.
Yo, they're bottom.
Take Brian.
He's full red. I think there's one to
Got
my
me, Brian. Got me.
I'm looking at you, Jordan.
Is there a guy?
I'm good, yeah. He's on their
Let's
instance.
go, V.
You want to
We have their
do
home
one
meal. Go to their home meal.
No, hey, one's
One's meeting you. Yep.
Let's get a setup.
I'm playing line. Yes, I'm playing line with Brian.
Look at his score.
Right, take
Nah,
it.
wait, yo, we could probably win. Yeah.
With two hills, yeah.
Push first aid. They push to the first aid.
We have to pressure set up so they don't break. I can help up top.
We should OE. Listen to me. There's two instances, friend. There's two instances. Pushing.
Hold that right hand.
Evers point.
One went down, Brian. One's down.
I got shots for you, Jamie.
Yeah, shoot.
They're both hurt, Jamie.
Let's go. Bro, stay up now.
You have to push it.
Designate. One shot.
I had to reload.
Brian, there's still two more. Hold that right hand, Brian.
I'm behind him.
Here they come, B.
I'm middle. You cap me.
I did, Brian.
I'm on there.
Middle.
There's two in our well, guys.
Hurry up.
I got him in here. Fuck out of here.
Appreciate you.
They have our hill, yo.
Fine.
I have there.
We got it.
Good job.
Yo,
Good job, Jose.
for sure.
everyone.
For
Good
sure
job.
not listening to me. Yo, Brian, you need to chill, though. You were saying that, like, you were like...
And what a quality segment of a listen-in right there with Team Envious. You saw so much there. We stayed on board. We're going to jump back to casters, and we said, no, let's stick with it. Envious showing why they play so well as a team. You hear the communication. You heard Toy Soldier call, hey, we should leave B. Brian, you stay with Instance, rotate to home. So many good plays right there. After that, Toy Soldier says, hey, we should set up. I mean, they shoot for each other. They talk for each other. Brilliant communication right there from Team Envious.
And two things you notice straight away is, one, the energy of the comms. It's influential. It's aggressive in a way, but it means something. It's not just a wailing of random words. There's always reasons, always purpose.
Exactly.
And it's not clogging up the comms.
You know, and what's the big difference in that? So many times teams like Allegiance who listen and teams like United, when they get kills, they'll say, you idiot. You know, they'll talk smack almost to their teammates for the other team, but the other team won't hear it because obviously it's in their comms, right? So that's the difference in Team ENVYUS. No wasted communication, and that's why I keep saying ENVYUS is not a good side station team because they let themselves fall trap to the trash talk, and they talk back. Every time Praise gets a kill, he makes sure his other teams hear it. Same with Franchise. He was even starting up to get hyped, which is important. You want to stay hyped, but it doesn't favor Team ENVYUS' style of play, which you just saw right there, is crisp and pristine communication.
And my second point, actually, on the listening, the second thing you notice, John, is how quick they react to ideas. It's not only Franchise and that word being gospel, and they respond on that, but it's also Toy Soldier getting involved. There's Solars and all of these instigators and quality pros that can introduce information and call-outs that can lead to plays, and all of the players as a team work in unison time and time again, so effectively, so quickly.
Yep, that is so true, Toby. It's something I brought up at MLG Columbus that, hey, people might not realize it, but just based on the fact that Toy Soldier is always the front spawn, he's always in the fight, and we had a couple listen-ins, you realize he's the shot caller in-game, especially on a map like Reclaimed, where Franchise plays Anchor in the first half. You know, and anyone can really step up and make those decisions. Toy Soldier, man, well, that's another point I wanted to make, too. You're spot on, Toby. He has matured and evolved so much as a player since joining ENVYUS. It is insane. Toy was someone who was really like a Solars, really quiet, not the most vocal, didn't have the best communication, liked to talk trash a lot in his communication. He has matured, man. He's a leader, and it's amazing to see Jamie, Toy Soldier, really stepping up and maturing over the years.
Yeah, that's for sure. Solar's being aggressive as he was during that listening. It was effective as well as aggression, wasn't it? The listening indeed. But Rocha is going to win that battle. He's going to find the marks at Toy Soldier, playing the positions he prefers, and that's the aggressive places of that full red. His teammates are at his side. This is essentially a spawn trap coming into play here. Such aggressive positioning from this team, John.
Yep, exactly. I like the aggression from Team ENVYUS, securing the chokehold, really is what it is. Ribs is down right now. Toy's going to bait that with the pistol. Not the right weapon to have out. He's going to get a kill. But now, 3 members dead for Team ENVYUS. Perhaps an opportunity for SPLYCE to try and regain momentum on board with Choche. I wish we could do like a word bubble of words that are used very often with casters. Momentum, I feel like, would be at the highest at the
definitely be there, and it really does show in this
Someone
game.
do that.
Since that listening, it's all been ENVYUS, right, leading the pace of the game.
Praise, don't do it, Praise. You are a monster, man. I'm sorry to cut you off there,
That's
Toby.
fine. It's all warranted, my friend. I think I was about to erupt anyway, but oh wow, when you give the opportunities, Praise will take that. And each of the members of ENVYUS and SPLYCE alike here in the second half. Identity's on his camera. We've got to pause in the gameplay for now. SPLYCE are going to regroup, but ENVYUS, they're not releasing off the pedal here. Triple cap potentially coming in 3 seconds. No, it's going to be denied for a second. But Advers is going to look for a play on Toy Soldier. Toy Soldier says no, though, before Advers can even get on the cover. Toy has already taken him out.
Yep, and Toy Soldier, we saw him earlier, I think during the listen and his movements. He wasn't connecting for shots. You know, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. The way he plays is really kind of high risk, high reward. It's easy to miss shots. You know, you go for a lot of wall bounce, kind of sporadic, crazy one-shots. But what he does is he stays alive. He does it very well. 3 straight rounds now for Team ENVYUS after SPLYCE did the same thing to them. And now Envy leads 5-4. Another lead change here, Toby. Our 4th lead change of this map.
It's back and forth, isn't it? Very reminiscent of the Epsilon game against Echo Fox. It was 2-0 in the end in favor of the North American team, but ENVYUS are having a difficult one here. John, take it away, my friend.
And yep, you said it. There it is. Boom shot placed. So, SPLYCE, 3 lost rounds, perhaps feeling a bit desperate here. They're going to place a boom shot. Of course, they like to do that. They feel like it fits their style of play. Not sure if I would agree here, as ENVYUS does a good job winning the initials, but it's the up top fight that Envy was losing time and time again. So the key is where they placed it. They didn't place it on E. They placed it on old B, where they feel very strong in the fight.
Concern for me right now is ENVYUS are back on fire, right? They're all playing well individually. They're starting to get some shotgun kills and awesome plays on the board. SPLYCE have been pretty much dead compared to what they were in the first half so far. But they have found this corner. Identity's rolling to Incendiary. Look at the strat, though, immediately. As soon as he rolls into that, you can see what ENVYUS is doing. It's a delayed push. Just keeping on the outside, placing the Incendiary so the boom shot cannot be picked up.
Picked up, though. Identity is going to get... No, he's not going to get taken up. That was Rocher. He has one more boom to his name. It's going to be Franchise in a 1-versus-1 now. Franchise with the boom shot looking at him. He's going to trust his teammate, Advers, to win the 1v1. He's going to completely ignore it. Perhaps a mistake, because Franchise in a 2v1 is going to take out Choche, and Identities goes down after that. The revive should come in there, but a key mistake, in my opinion, for Identities. Yep, it is going to be a huge mistake, and oh my goodness, Team ENVYUS is going to slay up.
I think that's it. ENVYUS will now assert their authority up top. They've got map control, and it looks like they're blinking for E2. They've got the numbers advantage, and history repeats itself. ENVYUS will not only capture the E-Hill, but also set up, John, and that setup's going to be even more important with that boom shot on the map. He'll be up soon. If ENVYUS get that along with the extended double cap here, could be GG for the round.
Yep, boom shot spawning in 35, 40 seconds here. Maybe even a little bit less than that. And of course, I don't have timers up here. It's using the mental clock. But we'll see. I'm just going to hold that setup. I guarantee you hear the communications. I can actually hear it now. They're saying, hold the setup, wait for boom, play smart. They just work so well as a team.
Big team push coming in. This could really just differentiate the round in terms of who wins this. Toy Soldier putting in shots, but he's going to come back, wait for regrouping, and it's Solos who does get kills. A bit of a trade here. Boom shot will be up soon, John.
Yep, and if it's anyone that's really stepped up for SPLYCE, it's been this guy, Dezenide. 25 kills to his name. Of course, as I say that, a little bit of a caster's curse. Toy Soldier is going to shut him down now. Team ENVYUS, 135 to 120. But it is round 10. It is 16-second spawn timers. They're going to apply some pressure now. And it looks like they're going to go for an overextension here. Smart decision. Oh, baby. Rocher, the support player, showing some Marska. I feel like I'm blazed now. Marska skills right there. You hear it so many times in a cast, you start to say it yourself.
It's true. I think that play might suggest why you pick a Markster over, say, a Hambus or a Boltok. You know, maybe something like that. He's got, you know, the design impact at times to really surprise opponents. And
wait, Toby, look at this here. I think it's a temporary high. Yep, Ribs has boom shot, so that was a nice little feeler for SPLYCE. They felt good about that one, but keeps being ENVYUS that slaying up, which you kind of saw coming. Ribs had boom. Praise in a 1v. Ribs gonna win another one. And it's really Ribs that stepped up in a big way here. Good boom shot plays. And Ribs is such a versatile utility type of player. They're just gonna have a little boxing match here in this home hill.
Yeah, I think Ribs does fit the flex CV, if you want to call it that. CV soon, imagine, for Gears Esports and Esports channel, just CVs.
Hey, you never know if it keeps growing.
I wonder. Is there CVs in esports, do you think?
Maybe for casters?
Casters, yes.
About it.
I don't think players would describe.
This is why you should pick me up on your team.
I'm a good slayer. Here's my past broadcast of...
Here's a summary of qualifications. I am proficient in Microsoft Excel.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, imagine.
And here we go, jumping back into it. Match point right now for Team ENVYUS. Toby, it's been a pleasure, man. Always fun casting with you guys. My name is Fallout, former professional Gears of War player, current caster, and the biggest op. No, I'm just kidding.
You just read your Twitter.
Yeah, it's read my Twitter. And of course, casting with Toby Campbell, former competitive European player. Can I do your intro for you? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Former competitive European player. Jumped into a casting role about a year and a half ago, and really it's been dominating the casting scene ever since.
I would not say that. But,
man, I love casting with you, man. I really do.
Likewise, sir. But we can't ignore the fact. Identives, he's picked up the boom shot. Franchise flies in. Support is there from the SPLYCE team, but they're not able to save and hold on to that boom shot. Here comes SPLYCE, though. They're trying to capitalize on that. But Praise once again on that right corner, putting in the damage to really give themselves victory in that team fight.
And I point it out
here doing so well.
No, and again, because there's not much to talk about, because it's really Envy really slaying right now. Let's jump into what we saw right there. Let's break that down for you guys. Ribs, small but important, hits the one shot, back rolls, keeps himself alive. Smart decision right there. Mental, we talked about, really perfected that in Optic Gaming, realizing the distance here. And now Team ENVYUS looking to clamp and finish this one. Last hill is the D hill. Franchise hits a boom shot, killing Identives a bit ago. He's going to get taken out by Rocher with the up A reaction shot. A nice kill by Rocher. Keep in mind, guys, that reaction shot really is just swinging your camera to shoot right or behind you. That's all a reaction shot is. It seems so complicated. It's a little bit simpler than that. Tough to execute, though.
In a way, I wish we could just explain the method and the madness that Gears Esports is for a whole cast, because it really does take that time.
It really does.
The skill gap really needs...
People have no idea. You know, people really have no idea unless you play Gears of War. It's such a difficult game, and that's really why, you know, it hasn't been a mainstream esport for the last couple of years here, because it's so difficult to play. A lot of people play and kind of give up, but now you have a chance to learn from the pros stream, and you see that skill gap decrease. Dude, Toby, I go to a ranked game, I get bodied, man. That never used to be the case back in the day. A lot of players have really stepped up and improved, and I think it's all because of, not all, but I think a big part of it's because of your esports stepping up.
Yeah, I agree. Totally. Ranked is harder than it used to be. It's a good point, actually. Ranked is a lot harder than it used to be.
To earn your wins. Big shout out to my ranked squad back home, FSNX crew. Catarina, my man.
Who are they?
Kelvish. Yeah, I got some Portuguese friends up there. Yeah. I'm global, you know. There we go. Hey, the Portuguese European seed. I got to talk to you about that. We got to activate those guys. But on board right now with Adverse. SPLYCE not looking to be in a good spot right now. Team ENVYUS really has been dominating these last 3 rounds here, maybe 4 rounds. Franchise picks up 1 boom shot in the hands of Toy Soldier. Not going to look good here. Identives in a back roll again. Call that kind of mental trademark, if you will. He's going to get taken out, though. Ribs takes him out, and just like that, Team ENVYUS just 10 seconds away. That will be it, Toby. No reason to over-exaggerate a fake opportunity for SPLYCE. ENVYUS is going to win this one 7-4. A really good showing, though, for SPLYCE early on in the half. And 5 straight rounds for Team ENVYUS. So now, fans of Envy can breathe a sigh of relief. I hear some Envy fans out there. I know Jordan's mom here in attendance for the very first time. Big shout out to her, coming all the way from New York. And of course, the girlfriends of Team Envy always representing as well. Great job by Team ENVYUS, but look at them. They're not celebrating yet. They know that it is just one of many wins on the road to victory. Franchise showing support for his fellow Hispanics on the other side of the main stage.